Hey there, this is Andrew bringing you another Keyforge deck reveal and review. This is going to be Worlds Collide deck. I'm still opening these pre my last chance at a prime, so I could get something here that I end up taking. We'll see. This is Data Frame of the Prodigy's Maze. That's a fun name. I'm probably thinking Logos. Maybe Star Alliance and Saurian? That would be cool. We'll see. Saurian, I got right. That was kind of not a real guess. And then Brobnar and Dees. So, I know a lot of people just write off Brobnar right away. I think with Saurian it has potential to be good. It just depends on what we get. And we'll see what we get in Dees as well. So I'm hoping for some Amber control in Saurian. And maybe in Brobnar as well. I really think probably this deck ends up hinging on what's in Saurian and how good it is. But if we get good Saurian, I think we'll be pretty happy. And then yeah, Dees has potential for sure. Like in the ideal case, we end up in all three houses with abilities to control Amber and control the board and just shove the opponent around while we get to where we want to be. But we'll see how it turns out. Starting with Brobnar. Ganger Chieftain is a great start. 5-power giant. With play, you may ready and fight with a neighboring creature. Fast Brobnar is good Brobnar. Gron Ninetoes is a 5-power giant who gets +4 while it's damaged. So that can have potential. Ire Staff is an artifact with a bonus Amber that exhausts to enrage a creature and give it a +1 power counter. Got 2 of those. Okay, we'll see how that works out. Mog Hunter is a 6-power giant with fight, deal 2 to a flank creature. Okay, that's decent board control. We have a Narp. It's an 8-power giant with 1 armor whose neighbors can't reap. Hopefully just one of those. Yep, okay, that's fine. Stiltkin is a 2-power goblin with skirmish. After a giant creature is played adjacent to it, you ready and fight with it. This is actually really nice with the Ire Staves because it means that we have a shot to make it a big skirmish creature that fights an extra time when we put a giant next to it. So that has promise. 2 Stiltkins, okay. 3 wow, that's a lot of Stiltkins. That may be too many Stiltkins, but we'll see. Wow, that's a lot of Stiltkins. Holy cow, that's a 4th Stiltkin. That is so many Stiltkins. Oh, wow. Okay. Might be too much. We'll see. Tremor is an action that stuns a creature and each of its neighbors. And then Flamethrower is an artifact that exhausts to deal 1 to a creature with 1 splash. So we have like solid board control here. That is so silly. 4 Stiltkins. Okay. Alright. Let's see what we get in Dees. We got Buzzle. It's a 3-power beast with skirmish and play fight. You may purge one of Buzzle's neighbors if you do ready Buzzle. This is a good way to eat the Stiltkins. Like let's say you have enough Stiltkins out and you're like, okay, I just want to burn through it. You get a lot of use out of Buzzle, get rid of some of your Brobnar stuff, thin it out a little bit, so that if you go through your deck again, you're getting more Dees and Saurian. Yeah, that can be solid. Festering Touch has a bonus Amber. Choose up to 2 creatures, deal 1 damage to each chosen creature. If that creature was already damaged, deal 3 instead. If you like soften things up with your Stiltkins, then this is a good way to finish them off. Harbinger of Doom is a 2-power demon with 3 armor and destroy each creature. Always a little dangerous in something where we're looking for board control, but it's a good way to recover from being behind. 2 of those, okay. Alright, we have an Infernus. That's a 4-power demon with play. Purge up to 2 cards from a discard pile. Your opponent loses Amber equal to the total Amber bonus of the purged cards. Now notice, by the way, we didn't get any Amber control in Brobnar, which is fine, like we're getting board control, but nice to see some of it in Dees. And I wouldn't mind more Infernuses, but we just got the one. Malison is a 5-power demon with fight. You may move an enemy creature anywhere in its controller's battle line. Then if it's on a flank, it captures one from its own side. And we can potentially pump that up with the Ire Staff to get a lot of value out of it. That's good. Misery Exploit could actually be good with the Stiltkins. When you play it, you gain 1 for each damaged enemy creature. The Evil Eye is an action with a bonus amber. After you play it, keys cost +3 during your opponent's next turn. That's some amber control. Gleeful Mayhem, action with a bonus amber. For each house, deal 5 damage to a creature of that house. It's a good way to immediately trigger the Harbinger. Yeah. Or just get some other board control if you need it. Soul Fiddle is an artifact that exhausts to enrage a creature. 3 Fates is an action with a bonus amber that destroys the 3 most powerful creatures. Ooh, and then Lesser Oxtet is a 3-power demon with elusive. When you play it, you purge each card from your hand. And then when it reaps, keys cost +3 during your opponent's next turn. That is interesting. I could imagine a situation where you have like a bunch of Brobnar cards in your hand. You play a Harbinger, you play Gleeful Mayhem, wipe the board, play Lesser Oxtet, purge those Brobnar cards, and have this out there to reap every turn. That would be fantastic. So far, I'm not really amazed by this. Like, you get to use the Infernus once per go around. That's fine, but it's not great. I think we have some decent amber generation here and some decent board control, but it's not super. It just doesn't fit together super well. All right, let's look at Saurian. We have Axiom of Grisk. When you play it, you ward a creature, you destroy each creature with no amber on it, and you gain 2 chains. That's fine. Yeah. Broododon Auxiliary, 6-power beast with taunt and hazardous 2. Imperium, action with a bonus amber, ward 2 friendly creatures. That can be nice. Protect that Lesser Oxtet if you want. We'll see what else we end up getting in Saurian. Nothing else that I'd love to protect. Maybe the Malison. Probably nothing else that I'd really care about protecting too much so far. 2 of those. Golden Spiral. It's an artifact that exhausts to exalt a friendly creature and ready and use it. That's pretty cool sometimes. 2 of those. Interesting. Then we have a Thero Centurion, who's a 6-power dinosaur soldier with 1 armor that says play, fight, capture 1. We have a Tricerian Legionary, 5-power dinosaur soldier with 1 armor and taunt. And after you play it, you ward a friendly creature. Now, this is an interesting, like, protection engine. I'm hoping for some Philophosauruses in these last 4 cards. We'll see. Exile. Action with a bonus amber, give control of a friendly creature to your opponent. If you can use the Thero Centurion a bunch, exalt it with Golden Spiral, capture a bunch onto it by fighting, and then exile it, that's pretty good amber control. Oh, Library of Peliosaurus is an artifact that exhausts to move an amber from a friendly creature to your pool. Good way to, mitigate the downside of the Golden Spiral. That's pretty cool. Stomp is an action with a bonus amber that deals 5 damage to a creature, and if this damage destroys that creature, you exalt a friendly creature. And lastly, oh my goodness, we have Crassosaurus. That's a 4-power dinosaur politician with 2 armor, elusive, and after you play it, you capture 10 from any combination of players. Then if it has fewer than 10 on it, you purge it. So there has to be 10 out, and if your opponent has 7 and you have 3, then you capture those 10. If you can do that and follow it up with an immediate exile, that can be pretty good. In fact, you could have a situation where you play it, reap twice with it with Golden Spiral to get it up to 12, and then exile it. That could be pretty good. And then you can't Axiom it, although if you have a Harbinger out, you can immediately stomp your own Harbinger, or perhaps Axiom to kill the Harbinger. There are options for getting this immediately dead. So this is kind of a weird It's a weird setup here, where we have some creatures we're going to want to protect, some we're really going to want to murder quickly after we exile them. And if this gets the cards in the right order, then I think it could be quite powerful, but it seems to me like it would depend a little too much on the order you get things in. The Brobnar just isn't going to do much here, and it doesn't really have anything to accelerate its way through the deck. So, so all in all, I think this is interesting, but not particularly powerful. So, kind of iffy. But we'll have to see. Could be wrong. Sometimes I get these things wrong. Not exactly the combos I would love to see between Brobnar and Saurian. So, oh well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and that you'll get out there and forge some keys.